Hey, Chris,
Hey, Melissa.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. So, we probably start. I don't think Tom is ever really going to join us.
Yeah, I guess we
He
can begin.
hasn't said anything about it, so.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him either. So I guess we can call to order. So let me see here. Did you get the minutes I sent over?
Yep.
Any edits to those?
Nope.
Okay. So we're approved on the minutes.
Yeah.
From last meeting. Very good. No public participation this time. Seems like. So I guess we can get right into the inventory. So I don't really have a lot of updates since the last time we met. I know there was a couple things we had noted to follow up on. And one of which is I still need to reach out to the assessor's office to see if we can get a little better household breakdown. That was one of the follow-up items. I think that was used in the fuel oil section. And
Why? I forget. Why were we looking for that?
so there were some MAPC data commons numbers that had some breakdown of housing by housing type. So like one unit, like, single family detached or like multiple units. And so that somehow gets used to estimate the total number of households being heated by fuel oil. And we thought maybe we'd have better current data from our own assessor's office as opposed to the MAPC, which I think was kind of old.
Okay. Wasn't that something that Jen gave us though for the heating oil?
So I think we got a percentage.
Yeah.
Although if she actually got that from like
She just backed it out of like WGM LD data for
so actually maybe
how many gas accounts we have.
yeah, maybe that would be a better input.
Yeah. Do you want to bring up the file? We can take a look.
Yeah. So you can see that, right?
Yep.
So this was the data that came in from MAPC. This is what Jennifer gave us.
Yeah.
Actually,
That seems high.
I know, I remember that from last time. Actually, do you have that handy just to double check, because we should be taking one minus the number she provided, if what she provided.
So the percent of homes, yeah, she said with gas heat is 46.18.
Okay.
And so without is higher actually. So there's more households. I mean, that doesn't take into account like heat pumps, but I don't think there's that many.
Yeah.
that are fully heat pumps.
Right.
So yeah, I guess there is a lot of people with heating oil still in town.
I mean, I don't know if electric resistance heat is very prevalent for residential either. I tend to think it's got to be pretty minimal.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, that's the number.
yeah. Okay, so I think we should make a note of that in our sort of methodology document. Do you think that is it possible that Jennifer has, if she has this percentage, she might also have the total number of homes, which might help us improve the numbers up here?
Total number of homes in Wakefield.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I do have that. Total number of residential homes is 11,393. Oh, that's with gas heat. Sorry, I don't have the total. What are you looking for? The total?
Well, so she said there's 11,393 homes with gas heat.
Oh yeah, I'm confused now. No, I think that may be the total, and then she does break it down with gas heat and without.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess 11,000 because there's like 27,000 residents, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. And this data here is saying 10,722, but it's old, so.
Yeah, but we don't have the breakdown like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's being used for, but what is that total?
It was 10,722.
Okay, so that's not far off.
Right. Stationary energy buildings, H40. Oh, so okay, so I'm just trying to trace down. So it takes like a US average site energy consumption of fuel oil. It varies a bit by type.
Yeah.
But even if we just assumed that the total number of homes that were plugging in was of one type, which is clearly not, but it would just apply that percentage and then that average number of fuel oil gallons. So we could use that number as the input. I'm not sure it would make a humongous difference, but oops. 41,209. So let's just say we plug in the 11,393 here. Zero that out. It went up. It was 41,209. I mean, that number says we have significantly more homes than.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what are you gaining as far as breaking it down by home type?
Well, it seems like what they're doing is 4 different home types using different average annual usage for oil. So, mobile homes a lot less than And so like the multifamily units are a lot less than the single family.
So that gives you like where to target your emissions reduction. Basically. So, yeah, I mean, single family is kind of a no-brainer.
Right. Yeah. So I would think we want to leave it like this. What do you think?
So wait, what was the numbers again in there?
So
No, just go back to the where you were. Undo.
oh,
So yeah, so it's only like 2 units, 1,600, 20 or more, 1,000. Yeah, I don't think we have 1,000 for 20 or more.
$20 or more units. Yeah, I mean, there's some big apartment buildings downtown.
Um,
1,000 does seem like a lot.
yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering, so that's using fuel oil. Like, I don't know what the big apartment buildings are using, you know?
Right. Right. Which is all the more reason to
Just
assume,
put it all in one.
yeah.
So sorry, what was that based off of? Just Massachusetts or the US?
I guess this is US average site energy consumption.
But those numbers and the inputs was based on Massachusetts?
These are from MAPC, and I believe this was specific to Wakefield, but I think it was old.
Oh,
Just not. Yeah, because that would have had to be something.
can we,
Town specific. I mean, for the most part, I'm guessing these, yeah, like you said, these high rise, or if there's any larger multifamily, they're not going to be, most likely not fuel oil heated.
yeah. Yeah, like I don't know what that new apartment building near the train, what do they use? I mean, we don't really have, I mean, I guess there's some apartment buildings off of Albion towards the lake. I don't know. Is this coming from Wakefield or?
Yeah, I can get that website open again. Hold on.
Yeah, because we have a question in there, in that comment. Does MAPC have any current?
Oh yeah, yeah. 2016 to 2020.
Work on our master plan. Oh, we didn't look into that. Should we look into that? I can contact the economic director.
Okay.
So we're looking for an update for the MAPC data common housing by fuel type.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we had housing by fuel type, that would probably be the best, because I think that would give us, it would seem that that would give us the most accurate number of homes heated by oil. We're still using this estimated US national average for annual consumption. But it seems like having the breakout by housing type is less important there, because even though those averages vary, I mean, they're just estimates anyway, you know. So I feel like I'd rather have good data on the number of homes, and then that's something we can try to track over time too, right? If there's a way to get it. I think that's the key thing, right? Is how will we how will these numbers change over time based off the methodology we're using to come up with them. So it's worth asking them if they have that information and how they get it.
Do we want to ask anything else while we're inquiring?
I bet we'll come up with some others.
So sorry, if you go back, it's just want to get the name of the data.
Yeah.
So it's the MAPC data common housing by field type.
Yeah, there's two parts to it. There's housing tenure by units in structure. Then there's housing tenure by fuel type. And because so ultimately this is what gave us the percentage, but we instead used the number from gas and light. But this data on the total number of homes by type was from their data common, and it was the 16 to 2020.
Yeah.
Although it seems like Jennifer's got that number.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the breakdown of the housing type. That's the only thing.
Right.
Like the utility wouldn't have that, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Housing by housing type.
Yeah, we should go through and see like if we want to get any other data from to ask if they have.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they have fiscal year 21, that would match all of our other data, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, so this total is 10,722. We had 11,393. Oops. So seems like it's off by 600 plus total homes. So if we had if we had a more current breakdown, that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to worry about this. Because of my fuel type, because we have that from.
Yeah.
So again, just kind of like moving forward, if we say, this is an area we want to work on and help promote people to adopt, say, heat pumps. I just wonder if will the percentage, that Jennifer gave us, will that actually start to go down? I guess if new homes are built with no gas because they're all electric, but as people transition, do they sort of change their gas accounts, close them, or convert them to
Well, I
cooking
mean,
oil?
we haven't closed our gas account. We have heat pumps. We have it as backup. And we
Yeah.
also have a gas stove, so we can't really close it.
That's exactly what I would do too. So as a metric,
So I think the only way they would know that if people have heat pumps is if they use the incentive, the rebate.
right?
That's the only way they can account for this type of thing. I mean, I know that Jen was telling me like that's the only way they can account for people, how many people have electric cars, is if they do the rebate, and how they can account for really anything is the rebates.
Right. So maybe over time we can try to track sort of the activity levels of those programs and see if we think because you're right, if somebody's got an oil home and they convert to heat pump,
the utility's not going to know.
does the utility know? Do they still get the rebate? They must, right? Even if they're not switching off of gas.
Yeah, the utility would know because of the rebate.
Yeah.
Right, but I guess they wouldn't have I mean, I don't know if those people have gas accounts too,
Yeah, it could be.
if they have a gas stove or, hot water heater or. I mean, I'm assuming I mean, the only way that Jen could have that number is if like she's just looking at gas accounts.
Yeah, and we're making the big assumption the remainder is oil.
Yeah.
That's what we're really trying to get to for this part.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the best data we have.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If they get the incentives, I bet that they can tell I bet the application asks for, well, I guess you would know because you did it. Does it ask for what your primary heating fuel is?
I think so. I don't remember, honestly.
Okay, well, this is an interesting area in general. Okay. Just taking some notes because like this is one of those things that I think we should write up as far as like our methodology and what takeaways from the process.
Mhm.
Yeah, it might be worth just to follow up too with WMGLD about seeing what they can track as far as the heat pump incentives and if there's information about what the system primary heating source is, and then just kind of like rate of number of homes participating.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's considering their like heat pump program is not that many years old. I don't think we would have like fiscal year 21 data.
Yeah, but maybe and so maybe something we can do is just recommend that they
But the other thing is that there's a lot of people that just have like one unit and they just like supplement whatever, heat source or AC source they have just with like they just put in like a couple splits or one split, so it's like it's kind of hard also because of that to, you know, understand what, if
yeah,
people are paying their whole house or just a couple rooms, like it's
right,
tough.
right. I mean, anybody who's got gas, if they do that to offset gas usage, I mean, presumably over time, at least in terms of this inventory, that'll show up in the total gas number, which we have.
But a lot of people also just use it for like AC.
Well, right. So that's not helping. I know for like Mass Save, the program, it's at least supposed to, require to make sure you're using it to offset gas heating use. So it has to run in heat mode and it has to be the first stage of heat. So it's not
I
a
don't
back.
think we have that requirement here.
Yeah, it's not. But
But yeah, I mean, like considering like we had to get two outdoor like units for our whole house, and a lot of places I see around only have like one unit outside. So I don't think people are doing their whole house.
yeah, yeah, you might just do one floor, or
Yeah,
maybe you're finishing the basement, so you put that in, or your
yeah.
third floor, and yeah, it's definitely partial.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Like you said, I know it's a very young, the program's young, but see what kind of data they're collecting or thinking about collecting, and maybe we can just say, we're thinking about this. We want to try to really make sure we can get understanding of the number of fuel oil homes and how to get good adoption and conversions.
Yeah, that should definitely be our like next one of our next steps.
Yeah.
And we could probably get data about like electric cars too.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Transportation data. Oh yeah, I need to work on this area too. Because that's going to be another one where it comes from MAPC data common. But we may have a hard time.
What are we missing here? Oh, this whole
Well,
section.
yeah, we need to update this whole section, but just in terms of the Massachusetts
Most recent years, 2014. Okay, so that's something I can ask too.
Yeah.
So what is that specifically?
Man, definitely not a lot of electric vehicles in 2014.
Private on-road passenger vehicle registration. Some vehicle census summary statistics. So just say that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hmm. I think this tool was developed like 2017.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they, are getting similar inquiries or have made. I assume there haven't been any like big updates, or we would have seen it on where they have it on the website. But I don't know if that comes for this data set. I don't know if it comes from the RMV. You would think that that's something, that's pretty well tracked, right? The state level.
Yeah.
So okay, we can see what they say. And what else? The other one we had a note on was another big kind of unknown, I think, for us is the privately hauled waste. Private hauler collected.
Yeah, there's really no way to get that.
Yeah. Businesses and multifamily.
I mean, the majority of the waste in town is from Republic. So I really don't think adding that is going to provide much value.
Right. We had a note here to say, how can we estimate? Can we ask Melrose? Do we know somebody?
Yeah, so I asked the sustainability director in Melrose because they were part of, creating this tool, and
Yeah.
You know, I asked her about like, you know, what they did for next steps, and she basically told me like this inventory was the basis for their net zero action plan, which they worked with MAPC to put together, which was done like in spring last year. So she's just kind of working on implementing things now. But like, you know, that's a whole other ball of wax. And we don't have a sustainability person in Wakefield to kind of manage that, you know? So
Yeah.
we would also probably have to get some money to fund that work.
So isn't yeah, that question had come up before too, right? Is the green communities now a potential funding source for?
That's only for municipal buildings. Then like municipal everything. It's not for residential.
So you couldn't have. Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
It's just for like town owned activities and property. And I don't know if that includes the schools. Or if that's separate. I really don't know.
So wait, so you're saying so any funding that comes from a green communities grant would have to be specifically town like municipally owned buildings related operation?
Let me, Julie sent me the grant guidelines.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as a general topic, what has the idea of a town sustainability staff position been?
I mean, in the qualified projects, they have like support services for like energy efficiency policies, including seed funds for an energy manager position. But I feel like that would be more like the utility. It wouldn't be. But we could use it for a sustainability person probably. So yeah, that's an option. I think it's just a matter of and she also mentioned something about putting it in the budget for upcoming year. So I guess there's two possibilities.
Yeah, that'd be great. So as far as this, so I think we're kind of at this point where we've gotten, most things updated. We're sort of seeing what some of the different ways of tracking some of this data is. Do we want to, what do we want to do with it? I guess is the next question. Do we want to kind of just report out to the committee and do like a little bit of a, present on findings at some point?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we should. But I think, the kind of next step is to ask MAPC if there's current data for, I don't know if there's anything else we want to look at in this to get current data for
Yeah, should we just
a quick brief
do
through.
one more run through here? Okay, so that's it. This was optional anyway. This was just municipal stuff. Your choice doesn't apply. Okay, this is solid. Then we get to this heating oil. Oh yeah, this was like,
Yeah, I don't think they would have, oh, this doesn't come from them anyways, right?
right, yeah, this is Office of Labor and Workforce.
Okay, so let's see, that one I have.
Yeah.
Census estimated landscaped area. So that was from 2016, right? So maybe they probably have a better data for the master plan for that.
Yeah. So,
Estimated
yeah.
landscape area.
I mean, do you remember this one though? What this actually like feeds into? It's it takes like, I think it's county level data for the estimated amount of landscaped area, and then you
For like
scale that
mowing
down.
a lawn or something, and
Yeah, it's somehow meant to estimate like off-road landscape vehicle fuel use. It's like so
that's not worth it then.
yeah, my opinion would be probably not.
All right.
I mean, the other thing that's kind of informative at this point is like the all emissions, just the summary level data, right? Like this I thought was interesting. Hold on, it's all of these community wide by sector. So it's like all energy and transportation. The waste is a very small percentage.
Yeah.
Fuel oil, electric, natural gas. So fuel oil is high.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting too. Passenger vehicles is really the dominates the whole transportation. So
yeah, I mean, these results are pretty similar to like the Massachusetts state, results. It's really along the same lines and what like the state plan is focusing on.
Yep. So yeah, I mean something like that off-road vehicle, I don't think trying to improve the accuracy on that is gonna do very little to the overall. Okay, do you want me to go back to the inputs here? So there's that. That's the off-road. Okay, I do need to update this. And then
is that data from MAPC, right? The one that you.
this one, yes.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Let's wait till I get an answer on that.
Right. Yep.
And then MBTA. I feel like we could get that.
Yeah.
So what is it? MBTA. Let's see.
Wait, this is. Commuter. This is what we need here. Because these are 0, right? We don't have any MBTA buses.
We do. There's a bus that goes to Wakefield.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we need to get this. I think we skipped this last time.
I mean, I don't know why the silver line is in there. Are you sure this is not like leftover data?
Well, it's just I think this is leftover data here. This was already all zeros.
Okay.
But
Well, what is the stuff to the right automatic?
yeah, I don't think I guess these are specific to the different, modes over here, but obviously they're obviously irrelevant if you have 0 route distance.
Oh, I see.
So like this we should update. I'll just double check all these too when I go through this one.
Okay.
And then
Got it.
this one will be relevant, obviously.
Okay. So that commuter rail that needs to be updated. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the, yeah, so I can check on that because we should have that in the master plan for sure.
So this is right. Okay, this is frequency weighted trip miles. And the most recent is 2017. So you're going to ask if they have something. Okay. So curious where they get all this stuff, how they get it,
Well, they must get it from the MBTA, based on ticket sales, right?
Yeah. Okay. No RTA buses, right?
No.
Okay, then waste. So I think we're pretty good here overall. Don't have a waste characterization study.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would just be MAPC specific data that we could get.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about the private hauler.
Oh, do we have the correct population there?
This was updated from MAPC using 2019.
I wonder if they have 2021.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have number of households using fuel oil by housing type, vehicle census summary statistics, MBTA frequency weighted trip miles, and Wakefield population total.
Cool.
I'm sure she's just gonna put me in touch with somebody there, hopefully, because she probably doesn't want to be the intermediary.
Yeah.
But I think it would be good for us to have a contact there regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can work on the transportation section. And I'm gonna clean up the notes on this. Well, I guess a few things are gonna be changing, probably depending on what kind of answers we get, but I'll at least organize it. Just kind of documenting all the assumptions, methodology, and then
So I think, should we target maybe like the March ESC meeting to show kind of the results of this?
yeah, that would be great.
You want to put that in the notes so we have it down somewhere?
Yeah,
I think it'll be good to have a dedicated discussion about it, and talk about, ideas for next steps with everybody.
yeah,
Considering, we don't have a dedicated sustainability person, we could say what Melrose did, but, obviously we have different, setups. So,
yeah. It might be good to kind of report out in one meeting, and then maybe for the following meeting, leave some time for discussion about like what should we do with as next steps,
well, I think we could do it all at once, right? Because like, it's not gonna take us long to like show the data. It's just gonna be like a graph, a couple of those graphs basically. And we can go over like the methodology we use, but I think the bulk of the discussion will be about, next steps.
Okay.
And then, we can have the data right there instead of, people having to remember what it was for the next meeting.
Sure. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I think if you want to work on the non-MAPC data that we still need to do for this, then I will inquire about the MAPC data that we said and see what they say. Because it doesn't make sense for you to fill in data that's old if we can get newer data.
Right. Yeah. Sounds good. The other thing we had noted before, and I think would be interesting I was starting to take a look at, just sort of, just for frame of reference, kind of benchmarking against some other towns. Like I pulled up Melrose and just to sort of see where they are. And they did, they had a little comparison of their own of Melrose versus like Somerville and Boston, but they're doing it per capita. And then also
on their website.
It was
in their action plan.
it was in a report called City of Melrose Community Greenhouse Gas Inventory Baseline Year 2013, but it was like a report from 2017. And they used 2013 as a baseline.
Huh. So it was basically the results of their inventory.
Yeah. And they were,
was it done by the town or the city or was it MAPC?
It names a principal author of Susan Murphy, who has a City of Melrose email address, and 3 people named as a review committee. So
I mean, they have a similar committee to us, so maybe it was them.
Oh, but it says Melrose Energy Commission.
Yeah, so they have a similar like environmental or energy committee like we do.
Okay, so yeah, they kind of.
Theirs is more focused on energy.
I see. Okay,
Whereas,
Good.
we have like a utility where we have a commissioners and it's kind of
Right.
different.
right. But yeah, just by way of comparison, so currently, we may make some adjustments, obviously, but we're at total all sectors and scopes is 236, and their 2013 baseline was 195.
Hmm.
So a bit less, but it's good to just see something else in the same sort of order of magnitude. Natick for 2017, the Natick tool, which was the example posted on the MAPC website where this tool came from, was 328.
Hmm.
And actually, I think I can get their population.
Yeah, what's Melrose's population?
It doesn't say. Natick's larger. Natick's 36,000.
Mhm.
Does this give a population? Oh, well, I guess I can calculate it. Hold on. So I guess they're right around 27,000. So that's
Hmm.
pretty close to us.
But they were using 2013 data,
Right.
so that's nearly 10 years before our data.
Yeah. So let's see if we take ours, all emission summary, take the total, divide by population. So we're at about 8.7 per capita. They were at 7.1 per capita.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think their fuel oil is probably less than ours.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you find that report?
No, I'm just looking at their net zero action plan,
Oh, okay.
which has a lot of the data in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the green communities does include the schools. Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, definitely does, because we were going to use some money to upgrade some of the HVAC systems in the schools. So,
Right. That's right. There was that other energy efficiency program. And that was Green Communities funding, or will be.
yeah. Do we have the school data in here? I'm wondering where that is.
Well, do you know, everything, I mean, pretty much everything's kind of baked in together when it comes to like the fuel or energy consumption, right? And we have some
But we only have okay, municipal operations. That's from Mass Energy Insight.
Yeah,
Okay,
so does
that's
Mass
right.
Energy
So we
Insights?
got that from the Green Communities data. Okay.
Yeah, that has all the school buildings in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we could probably find it somewhere in our tool here, but
Yeah.
for Melrose, they say that the municipal buildings are about 2.6% of total community.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I can forward or it's probably on their website, their action plan. the Melrose. I'm assuming it's on their website. So you can get a sense of like what actions they took or will be taking.
Yeah. Did you say that they worked with MAPC on that?
Yeah. So their emissions breakdown is 61% residential, 38 or from buildings, and 38 from transportation. What did we have?
Transportation 47.8.
Yeah, so that's stationary energy is only 50 and they have 61. Okay. So we have higher transportation, but they have higher building. I mean, it's probably because they have orange line right there. And yeah.
You know, but that's one of those things I'd love to know. Is something like that going to show up in the data the way that this?
Oh, we haven't updated our transportation data, so
Right.
that could change. But this is based on their data, right?
This is probably the old Natick data because that was the example one.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess this has the potential to be pretty well
Vehicles registered.
close to reality. Yeah. If you get, I don't know how they get these, with valid mileage estimates and fuel.
Yeah.
Like where are they coming up with that? But
Probably from registration, vehicle registration.
oh, you get the mileage?
Well, they can look up the cars that people own, right?
As far as like the fuel economy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's saying like with valid mileage, like how many miles the car drive, right?
Well, they can look at how old the car is, right? And
Yeah.
estimate.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, you're right. Like something like that might be significantly different for Melrose versus our town. I just like the one that was, based on something with county level data. That one just seemed like such a stretch to me. But that's going to be a very small category, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, yeah, I did find this an interaction plan. Office of MAPC. So they just had, okay, volunteers representing the Melrose Energy Commission. But did you say they have a staff person, the town?
Martha Grover is their sustainability manager.
Oh yeah, okay. Office of Planning and Community Development. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we got some next steps.
Yeah, I think we got a plan.
All right, anything else you wanted to go over?
I don't think so. I think it's just seeing what kind of updated data we can get from MAPC, and if you want to fill out the non-MAPC stuff that we still need to fill out. And I'll let you know what I hear.
Okay. Sounds good.
You want to schedule next.
Yeah. Oops. So let's see. We've got on the 9th is the ESC. Should we do the week after that?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to do? Can you do the 16th?
Yeah.
Okay.
7:30 is a good time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
I mean, that's only 3 weeks away. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if we want to do 4 or...
Yeah, I'm okay going a little. I'm okay going with 3. That way, if there's anything else we want to do or check in about before the March meeting, we would have a little bit of extra time.
Okay. Yeah,
Makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Move to adjourn.
Yes. Let's adjourn.
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Bye.